Most men do not lose their lives all at once. They lose them quietly. A few minutes wasted here, a distracted morning there, an exhausted night spent scrolling endlessly through noise that gives nothing back. And over time, something dangerous begins to happen. Their minds become fragmented. Their purpose becomes blurry. Their spirit grows tired. Not because they are weak, not because they lack intelligence, not because life defeated them, but because their focus was stolen. Stolen by distractions, stolen by pressure, stolen by endless notifications, stolen by stress, stolen by other people's opinions, stolen by a world designed to keep their attention scattered. And one day they wake up feeling lost without understanding why. They look around and realize years have passed. Dreams remain unfinished. Goals remain untouched. Peace feels distant. Deep down, many men already know this feeling. They know what it feels like to sit in silence and realize their mind has not truly rested in years. The Stoics understood this battle long before the modern world existed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That single truth contains more power than most people realize. Because your attention is your life. Where your focus goes, your energy follows. Where your energy flows, your future is built. If your attention is trapped in chaos, your life becomes chaotic. If your attention is trapped in fear, your life becomes fearful. If your attention is trapped in anger, your soul becomes heavy. But when your attention becomes disciplined, something changes inside you. You become calm in situations that once controlled you. You become sharp when others are distracted. You become powerful without needing to speak loudly. That is what true focus creates. Not just productivity, power. The modern world profits from your distraction. Every application on your phone, every endless feed, every meaningless argument, every video designed to keep you scrolling. All of it is competing for ownership of your mind. And if you do not protect your attention, someone else will control it. This is why the Stoics treated focus like a sacred weapon. A warrior protects his sword. A Stoic protects his mind. Because a distracted man eventually becomes weak. But a focused man becomes difficult to break. Think about your own life for a moment. How many mornings begin with your phone instead of your purpose? How many hours disappear into noise that adds nothing to your future? How often do you tell yourself, "I'll focus tomorrow"? Tomorrow, the most dangerous word in the world. Because tomorrow slowly becomes years. And years become regret. Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Most people are not running out of time. They are running out of focus. And without focus, even strong people slowly drift through life without direction. Imagine a ship lost in the middle of a violent ocean. The waves are loud. The storm is relentless. The wind pushes from every direction. Without a compass, the ship drifts endlessly. That is the modern mind, constantly reacting, constantly distracted, constantly overwhelmed. But the Stoics believed a disciplined mind could remain steady even in chaos. Not because life becomes easier, but because the mind becomes stronger. Focus is not about sitting at a desk for endless hours. Focus is clarity. It is knowing what deserves your energy and refusing to let meaningless distractions steal it. And that requires discipline. The kind of discipline most people avoid because it forces them to confront uncomfortable truths. The truth that distractions are often chosen. The truth that comfort can become addiction. The truth that many people stay busy because silence forces them to face themselves. But silence is where clarity begins. This is why so many people fear stillness. The moment the noise disappears, they are left alone with their thoughts. And many have spent years running from those thoughts. The Stoics did the opposite. They trained themselves to sit with discomfort, to observe their emotions, to master their reactions, to direct their attention deliberately instead of impulsively. Marcus Aurelius would rise early in the morning and prepare his mind before facing the chaos of the world. He reminded himself daily that peace does not come from controlling life. It comes from controlling yourself. That is the battle modern people rarely understand. They try to control everything outside themselves. Other people, circumstances, outcomes, opinions, recognition. But the Stoics focused inward, because the mind is the only kingdom you truly rule. And if your mind is weak, the outside world will constantly control you. But when your focus becomes disciplined, something remarkable happens. You stop reacting emotionally to everything. You stop needing constant stimulation. You stop chasing meaningless validation. You stop scattering your energy across hundreds of distractions. Instead, your life gains direction, and direction creates power. Many people believe focus is natural. It is not. Focus is trained, just like strength, just like endurance, just like discipline. At first, your attention will resist control. You will feel restless sitting in silence. You will feel uncomfortable without constant entertainment. You will feel the urge to check your phone every few minutes. That is not weakness. That is conditioning. Modern distractions have trained people to crave stimulation every second of the day. And the more distracted the mind becomes, the harder it is to sit peacefully with yourself. But the Stoics believed the ability to remain calm and focused in a distracted world was one of the greatest forms of strength. Imagine two men. One reacts emotionally to every problem. Every criticism ruins his peace. Every notification controls his attention. Every inconvenience destroys his focus. The other man remains calm, deliberate, controlled. He chooses carefully where his energy goes. He is not louder. He is not more aggressive. But he is stronger because he governs himself. That is Stoic focus. And the truth is, most people never experience it. They wake up exhausted before the day even begins. Their minds are overloaded with noise. They cannot concentrate deeply. They cannot remain present. They cannot sit quietly without needing distraction. And slowly, they begin losing connection with themselves. This is why so many people feel empty despite constantly being busy. Busyness is not purpose. Movement is not progress. Noise is not meaning. The Stoics understood that a focused life is a meaningful life. Because when your attention is clear, your actions become intentional. You begin doing fewer things, but you do them better. You listen more deeply. You think more clearly. You work with greater precision. You live with greater awareness. And suddenly, life feels different. Not rushed, not chaotic, grounded. There is power in becoming fully present. Most conversations today are shallow because people are distracted. Most work is mediocre because attention is divided. Most goals remain unfinished because discipline collapses under distraction. But when a man learns to direct his attention completely toward one thing at a time, his life changes dramatically. Seneca warned, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." Those words describe modern life perfectly. People are mentally everywhere. Their attention jumps constantly, from work, to social media, to stress, to entertainment, to fear, to endless thinking. And because their minds are scattered, their energy becomes weak. Single tasking has become rare, yet it is one of the greatest forms of mental power. When you eat, just eat. When you work, just work. When you listen, truly listen. When you rest, truly rest. Most people never fully experience the present moment because their attention constantly escapes elsewhere. But presence sharpens the mind, and a sharp mind sees life differently. You notice opportunities faster. You make clearer decisions. You waste less energy. You feel calmer under pressure, because focus removes confusion, and confusion is exhausting. There is another truth many people avoid. Your environment shapes your mind more than you realize. A chaotic room often creates a chaotic mind. A distracted environment creates distracted thinking. The Stoics understood the importance of structure. They simplified their surroundings because simplicity strengthens concentration. Look at your own environment honestly. Does it help your focus or destroy it? How much noise surrounds your life daily? How much unnecessary information enters your mind every hour? Every distraction weakens mental clarity. This is why protecting your environment matters. A focused life requires boundaries. Boundaries with technology, boundaries with people, boundaries with noise, boundaries with energy. Not everyone deserves access to your attention, because attention is expensive. Once time is wasted, it never returns. This is why disciplined people appear different. They are careful with what enters their minds. They are selective with conversations, selective with entertainment, selective with energy, not because they hate life, because they value it. And valuing life means valuing focus. The Stoics practiced stillness daily, not as luxury, as survival. They understood something modern people often forget. Silence strengthens the mind. The ability to sit quietly without stimulation is becoming rare. Yet in silence, clarity grows. At first, silence feels uncomfortable. Your thoughts race. Your emotions surface. Your mind searches desperately for distraction. But if you remain still long enough, something changes. The mind begins settling, like muddy water becoming clear. And beneath the noise, you begin hearing yourself again. Your real thoughts, your real fears, your real purpose. Stillness trains attention. Every moment you return your focus to the present, you strengthen your mind. That is why meditation, reflection, journaling, and solitude are powerful. Not because they are trendy, because they rebuild control over your attention. A distracted mind reacts automatically. A focused mind responds deliberately. There is a massive difference. Reaction is impulsive. Response is controlled. And control creates peace. Many people think discipline feels restrictive. The Stoics believe the opposite. Discipline creates freedom. Without discipline, your impulses control you. Your emotions control you. Your distractions control you. But with discipline, you reclaim ownership of yourself. This is why daily rituals matter. The distracted mind lives randomly. The focused mind lives intentionally. Morning rituals, reflection, exercise, silence, deep work, reading, walking. Small actions repeated consistently create enormous internal strength over time. The modern world encourages constant stimulation. The Stoic path encourages intentional living. One creates anxiety. The other creates peace. One scatters attention. The other sharpens it. One weakens the spirit. The other strengthens it. And eventually, your habits shape your destiny. Because every repeated action trains your mind into a certain identity. A distracted man becomes more distracted. A disciplined man becomes more disciplined. The direction always compounds. This is why the Stoics took responsibility seriously. They did not wait for perfect motivation. They acted based on principles. Because motivation changes constantly, discipline remains. And the truth is, many people already know what they should do. They know they should sleep earlier. They know they should spend less time scrolling. They know they should focus on meaningful work. They know they should protect their peace. But knowledge without action changes nothing. Focus is built through practice, one deliberate choice at a time. Another powerful Stoic truth is this: obstacles can strengthen focus instead of destroying it. Most people lose control when life becomes difficult. Stress overwhelms them. Problems scatter their attention. Pain consumes their energy. But the Stoics train themselves differently. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle becomes the way," meaning difficulties themselves can become fuel for growth. A setback can sharpen discipline. Criticism can strengthen resolve. Pain can deepen clarity. Everything depends on how you interpret it. Two people can face the same challenge and become completely different afterward. One collapses emotionally. The other grows stronger internally. The difference is perspective. A focused mind asks, "How can this strengthen me?" A distracted mind asks, "Why is this happening to me?" That single difference changes everything. Life will always contain chaos, but inner discipline determines whether chaos controls you. Many men today feel mentally exhausted because they are carrying too much internally. Old regrets, future anxiety, unresolved anger, constant overthinking. their inner dialogue becomes toxic, and eventually, their attention weakens under the weight of constant mental noise. The Stoics train themselves to monitor their thoughts carefully, because thoughts become emotions. Emotions become actions. Actions become destiny. If your inner voice constantly tells you, "I can't," "I'm overwhelmed," "I'm failing," "I'm behind," your focus collapses. But when your inner dialogue becomes disciplined, your mind becomes stronger, not through fake positivity, through controlled thinking. A Stoic does not deny reality. He faces reality calmly. He replaces emotional chaos with deliberate thought. Instead of, "I can't handle this," he says, "I will face this one step at a time." Instead of, "My life is ruined," he says, "This moment is difficult, but temporary." That is mental discipline. And mental discipline protects focus. Your body also affects your attention more than most people realize. A tired body weakens concentration. Poor sleep clouds judgment. Constant exhaustion destroys clarity. The Stoics valued physical discipline because the body influences the mind. Movement sharpens energy. Walking clears thought. Exercise strengthens resilience. A restless lifestyle often creates a restless mind. This is why focused people protect their health carefully. Not for appearance, for clarity. The body and mind are connected, and when both become disciplined together, focus becomes incredibly powerful. There is one final truth the Stoics never ignored. Life is short, not in theory. In reality, time disappears faster than people expect. One day becomes 1 year. 1 year becomes a decade. And eventually, people look back wondering where their lives went. This is why Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself of mortality. Not to create fear, to create urgency. Because when you remember life is temporary, distractions lose power. Meaningless arguments become smaller. Endless scrolling becomes emptier. Trivial problems become less important. You begin protecting your attention more carefully, because you realize your focus is your life. Every day you spend distracted is a day you never recover. Every hour wasted weakens potential, but every moment spent with intention strengthens your future. This does not mean living in panic. It means living deliberately, waking up with clarity, acting with purpose, protecting your peace, directing your attention consciously. That is Stoic focus. And people who master it become different, calmer, sharper, stronger, more grounded. Not because life becomes easy, because they become harder to shake. At the end of life, people rarely regret not checking more notifications. They regret wasted years, wasted energy, wasted attention. They regret never fully becoming who they could have been. Do not allow distraction to steal your future quietly. Guard your attention carefully. Protect your peace fiercely. Train your mind daily. Because focus is not just about success. It is about becoming fully alive. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, all understood this deeply. The greatest battle is not outside you. It is within you. And when you finally reclaim control of your attention, you reclaim control of your life. So ask yourself honestly, where has your focus been going? Toward chaos? Toward distraction? Toward meaningless noise? Or toward becoming the strongest version of yourself? Because every moment of attention is shaping the person you become, and the quality of your focus will eventually become the quality of your life.